It's okay to return to the things that you haven't healed from yet. Things are so temporary and nothing belongs to you. Existing is hard. Things are always going to work out in your favor. Healing is not linear. Hi, Reflections. Welcome back. It's Katora. Before we get into it, I'd like to thank Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Squarespace is an all-in-one website building platform that is perfect for entrepreneurs like myself, making creating a website for your brand or company super easy and all on your terms. I've always wanted to build a website for myself as a creative entrepreneur, but never knew where to start. Fortunately, Squarespace has made it easy for me to finally bring my ideas into fruition, with included features like their AI and SEO tools, which help your website show up to more people more often, and their Fluid engine, which allows you to customize every design detail with their drag and drop features available for Mac and desktop. If you're like me and you've always wanted to build a website of your own, head to squarespace.com/Katora to save 10% off your first purchase. Thanks again, Squarespace, for sponsoring today's video. I'm gonna have to hold my phone like real close to my mouth because it just got super windy as soon as I decided to finally start talking to you guys. Hi, Reflections. I miss talking to you guys so much. I think this year I've been through so much, which has held me back from expressing a lot because I'm just like, damn, like, trying to process and experience everything without intellectualizing everything, and kind of like holding space for my emotions without doing it in front of the camera. I feel so relieved to be back in the space of expression. And I'm realizing that, like, when I'm not actively creating or expressing myself or sharing something with the world, that is when I start to feel unlike myself. And I don't ever want to be in that space where I feel like I shouldn't express or I shouldn't share certain things because people don't need to know these things about me. But it's like, I'm not here to gatekeep myself. I'm not here to gatekeep anything that I've learned. I'm not here to gatekeep any of my practices or any experiences that I've had. Everything that I've been through and everything that I know is something that somebody can learn from or resonate with or apply to themselves or apply to their lives or apply to their loved ones' lives. And I think it's so important as a human being to just stay in that flow space of expression, whatever way that shows up for you in your life. Actually, I have a lot of friends who express themselves through cooking, and that's how they connect with the world and connect with the collective. I know a lot of people who dance and connect with the world that way, and share poetry and connect with the world that way. There's so many different ways to just express yourself and to be in that space of connectedness with the world and with the collective. I feel like I started to shy away from expressing myself this year because I was being perceived, or I'm being perceived on such a grander scale now, and I'm okay and comfortable with it. At the same time, though, it feels very, very vulnerable, which is a feeling that I'm used to, but I think that at this point in my life, I'm really stepping into like the wisdom that I've always possessed in my brain. It's just now that I'm here in this space where I feel like I can apply it, and I should apply it as in the best way. Oh, it's a butterfly. I think I'm just learning how to like discern what to share and what to keep sacred. That's the word I'm looking for. Just the sacredness of my spirituality and my practices and my introspection and my emotions. I also want to sit and talk to you guys more and just have that one-on-one time with you guys where it's like, okay, like we're on FaceTime, we're chopping it up. You can take what resonates and leave the rest, baby. Like, I feel like in my 23rd year, I've been dipping my toe in a lot of familiar spaces, and I'm trying to understand what belongs in my life, what can I keep, and what can stay and what must go. The thing about healing is it's not linear. Healing is not linear. Healing is not linear. You will circle back to the same thing so many times it'll drive you crazy if you have to. You will honestly almost experience the same things over and over until the lesson is learned. I'm in a space where I'm able to recognize when cycles are returning or trying to repeat, or when I'm getting bored and like wanting to dip my toe back into that familiar space of safety, which is really not safety, it's just comfortability because it's what I know. I'm just learning to understand when I'm in a space of wanting to return to the things that no longer resonate with me, and choosing to do differently. I'm learning to be patient with myself again. I'm being forced to be patient with myself again for sure. Patience has been a key theme in my life over the past few months. I'm learning to hold that space for my inner child again. When you enter 23, there's a certain amount of pressure that you apply to yourself in your life now, because 23 is so close to 25 and you're like, okay, now I need to get serious. You're always going to have that little baby existing within you, and you're always going to have to take care of her or him or them. And you're always going to have to keep continuing to understand them and learn them because they are a part of you. It's okay to not be certain, and it's okay to not know what's going to happen next and not know how things are going to play out, because things are always going to work out in your favor. As long as you're in alignment with your highest self and you're moving with intention, which is another thing that I've been trying to do more, is just do everything with intention. Again, Solange was not lying. When I first turned 23, I kind of got into a space where I was just like gloom and doom, and I was just like, oh wow, like this is what they were talking about. The shadow work that I did when I first stepped into this year has been crazy, but that's honestly for another video. It's important to acknowledge your role in it, in your suffering. I know that like it sounds simpler than it is, but everything is a result of your actions and the energy that you embody and put out into the world. I feel like I was putting a lot of pressure on myself to like, okay, I felt it, I'm done. Like, like I was putting pressure on myself to like, once I went through something so deeply, that just had to be it. Like I couldn't experience anything like it again because I already evolved through this. I got to a space where I was just like, wait, why am I still going through these things that I thought I was done with? It's okay to return to the things that you haven't healed from yet. Patience is really going to be the number one thing that you have to have for yourself. Patience and compassion and empathy. I just started dating again. I kind of closed myself off to getting close to people again romantically, because I felt like after spending so much time with one person for so long, I just wasn't ready to kind of like enter that realm of vulnerability again, because it's been so long, and like it was just a scary and unfamiliar space that I just kind of didn't want to be bothered with. But then the universe decided to send someone my way who is so different from anything I've ever experienced. And now that I'm in this space where like I'm being vulnerable again, and I've like kind of allowed myself to open my heart up a little bit more, I feel like it's pouring into like my creativity as well, and it's like helping inspire me, just expressing the things that I've learned, and also it's just helping me learn again, relearn the things that I might have forgotten, and just be honest with myself in certain ways that I didn't know that I wasn't being honest with myself about. Existing is hard. I think this year has been full of experiences where I didn't think any of those things would happen at all ever. If you don't know, I did get into a car accident this year. The worst car accident I've been in my entire life. I think that accident really opened my eyes up to just it just gave me a reality check that I needed. When you live day to day without like kind of being mindful and aware and intentional, it's easy to forget that things are so temporary and nothing belongs to you. Literally nothing belongs to you. Everything is just an experience. This vessel that you exist in, this is just an experience. This life that you're living is just an experience. And I thought I mastered detachment before that accident. I think that now that I've had to accept the fact that like I could have almost died on a random Sunday, it's just opened my eyes up to the fact that like things are so fleeting, and it's allowed me to really value a lot of the moments that I share with myself, good and bad, because really I don't even like to use those terms. I would like to say light and dark, because they're all essential to my learning experience and my spiritual and physical experience here in this realm. Everything always ends up making sense in the end. And I really stand by that, and I really believe that wholeheartedly throughout all the trials and tribulations that I've been through, not even just this year, but in life. Things have always worked out in my favor because I try my best to just embody the being that I came here to be. And I think that the universe responds to that energy deeply, which is why it's so important to just do everything with intention and to make sure that you're being present and aware of how you're showing up in the world, because that is the greatest thing that you could ever do. And just inspire others to kind of take the seeds that I'm planting, plant some, let the fruit grow, take the seeds out and plant some more again. Like, that's all I ever want. Truly. I feel like I've returned to gratitude so much. I've been praying so much more too. Prayer is so important. I know like this is like a really niche topic. Like, not everyone's gonna resonate with this, but I feel deeply connected to prayer. I'm not religious, by the way. I've studied many different religions, and I'm the type of person where I just take what resonates and leave the rest. This is just the way that I navigate my spirituality. I'm not here for advice or like for anyone to try and convert me in the comments. I've been reading this book of Psalms, and I've been taking different prayers out of it and just like putting them in my own words and writing them down when I don't know what to say or how to formulate the things that I want to say to spirit or the universe or Jah. It's really been helping me stay grounded in the fact that like I'm protected, and there are things that like exist beyond me and beyond this space and beyond this realm that are supporting me all the time. I could have died that day. Like, I try not to like sit in like victimhood or anything like that, because I'm not a victim, never that. It was just another experience that I had, just another experience, but it was a scary one. It was very humbling, to say the least. It's been 2 months since the accident, by the way, or 3 months. April, May, June, July. So 3 months, yeah, because it was at the end of April. And I'm finally in a space where I could be grateful and like just accept the fact that it happened and there's nothing to really be afraid of, because I'm learning the lessons that came with it, and I'm still alive and I'm still well. Like, I'm literally so fine. Literally. I'm just happy to be in a space where I'm relearning how to coexist with my lightness and my dark. And like, before, when 23 first started, it was just straight darkness. Like, I was just doing the shadow work. I'm like, fuck it. This is how I'm gonna feel. I might as well feel all the way. I start digging deep into my subconscious. Like, this is what's going on back here. And I did that shit for 3 months straight. From there, honestly, things have been such a movie. Like, that's literally the only way I could describe it. It's been such a movie, especially because of how emotional I am and how dramatic that I perceive things and just the drama of it all. Like, if you know me, you know I'm a Pisces moon, so the drama is alive and very well within me. I'm so grateful to be alive and to just be here in nature and to be talking to you guys. I love you. I thank you for listening to me and for holding space for me and for holding space for yourself. And I hope that something I've said helps you feel a little bit more seen and helps you feel held. And I hope to see you in my next video.